Hello guys, hope you are doing well. I'm just making a trade recap or session recap about DAX because it's not very common for me to take 3 trades in one session. It was 3 break-evens, just follow the plan, it is what it is, but there is a lot of activity in the markets currently, so I think just just a good idea to make a video. And if you don't trade this pair, I almost guarantee you that you probably will still learn from this video because the strategy itself is the same. Okay, so basically all the concepts works together on all instruments, and I will just put a breakdown of this, and probably you have a few lessons that you can learn. But it was 3 trades, 3 break-evens. I'll go through them, and yeah. So let's start. Daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame, let's focus on this very current price action. You have this move to the upside. Okay, and okay, this is a big leg. At this stage, we have a sweep of external range liquidity because we have this internal bearish daily leg, okay, and price just weak through. Okay, there was no internal boss bullish. That confirms that the pullback is officially started. The complex pullback of this leg is not confirmed yet because we just swept and we failed to close above. However, we need to understand that supply and demand ranges weak through is enough. So basically the supply here failed to hold and we create a new demand range that price can trade through. We actually also have this internal leg that's still holding. Okay, so price can go here, can go here, can go here, can go, and still go to the upside. Internally, this is still holding, and actually we also have this as the 4-hour swing leg. I will show you in a minute. But yeah, this sweep of external range liquidity is enough to be the catalyst for a pullback. The price still this bullish leg still holding. Okay. At this stage, I understood that price mitigates this daily, daily demand, right? The diesel is a very large zone, so I don't have a small idea that price can follow through. Yes, it can, but the probability is just to be a pullback, okay? Because just the diesel, we have much high probability demands below, but we never know, and we just we just react to the market. We don't predict, so it doesn't matter if this goes to the upside or the downside. I'm a day trader, so I usually trade a session, nothing wrong. So, but just to understand that there is a possibility the price can go high. Okay, H4. So, okay, this is very clean. H4. You can clearly see push down, right, and the push up. This is the bullish leg. Premium versus discount. We have this high probability demand, reaction POI, this is H1 demand, but very low probability in the leg. It's more about, I tried to justify this reaction not just by the daily. I tried, and it was an H1 demand, but very low probability. But based on H4, what can we see? Okay, so we can see that internally, we can see this push up and this push down. So internally, we have this protected high and this targeted low, even though this is strong and this is weak. Okay, internally this is protected and this is weak, so price is putting, right, the complex pullback of this leg, and to be more precise is even this leg, to be honest, because only when this demand range fails, now that we can assume the large complex pullback, the complex pullback of this large leg will start. At this stage, we are putting the complex pullback of this internal leg that is basically internal H4 or swing H1 if you use H1 time frame. But we never assume that structure will change until it does. Okay, so so I still expect this low to hold, because I don't assume structure will change, okay, until it does, and I will still be looking for longs here. But we need to understand that we can play sells, okay, back into the discount prices and to the high probability events. So basically, if you look to the internal structure what happened here is that we have this break, right, with the high and the low, and price mitigate this flip with the inducement above. So this is very hard with this zone to get involved, but also have in mind that we choke on the H4, so I'll show you in a minute. On M15 we create a protected low that price can actually not just make a much deeper complex pullback of this internal leg, but if this internal structure holds, right, we can still take this high and follow the daily expectations that after the daily mitigation, right, if you go to the daily again, you can see that price can actually go to the upside because it already mitigates the demand. Okay, so back to the H4. We also have this a lot of buy side liquidity, so there's possibilities for longs and shorts, even though I'm favoring sells at the minute because we still inside this protected bearish leg internally, and we reach a hyperweak supply. Basically, it's much cleaner on the 15, but yeah, I'll just explaining high time frames because a lot of you are not familiar with this pair. So basically, M15 boss bearish here, very simple to see. So I just put here the protected and target to be easier for you to understand where are your protected and target levels, and yeah, that's it. On my markups, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I marked this zone. That's something that I was interested to sell if price action develops in a way that fits my plan. But I also aware that if the daily time frame, the daily mitigation is going to hold, this M15 protected low can hold. So I will be cautious, but I will still be looking to get involved on the buys. Okay, so let's justify the sell. So because I took 2 sells and 1 buy, so let's go over everything. Price mitigates the premium of this internal protected leg. Okay. Not only that, we change. We have a chalk bearish. Okay. We have a chalk bearish. So after mitigating premium prices, and we have a chalk bearish, I'm very interested in looking for sells, especially with this sell side liquidity here. Okay. However, I understood that we also, if you see this low, internally make a new high. So this low is protected, and where is the absolute demand within this range? For me, this web inducement here. So yeah, so I was interested in sells, but I'm still interested in longs, even though it can be, for example, just a pullback for this range to then continue lower. I'm still looking to get involved here as an edge, because of the sales that I will be involved, but also because I understand that if the daily mitigation right will fulfill the objective here, this can easily go, especially the buy side liquidity that is very clean on the H4. But going to the trade, so basically I was looking for sales. I marked this POI, and it was quite frustrating. Just because it was 3 break-evens that end up running a few good amount of profits, but according to my data, 10 are still the best number to come up with trades in terms of take profit, so I just following them. Of course, as we have more experience, more data, the sample size increase, and you can come up with different ideas, but at this stage, 10 for me is the best. And yeah, it works very well. So I was looking for sales at this stage, but according to my trading plan, I want to see a clean liquidation. At this stage, I didn't have one. So for everyone that took a sell from here, if you are more aggressive, it's still valid. I remember I missed a few trades by waiting for the clean liquidation, but for me, there was no inducement right on this POI. So I want a little bit more confirmation, and this is something that I found through going through my old data, old trades, and this is something that I think is really important, is go through your last 25-50 trades and see the commonalities, sorry for my English, with your wins, loss, and break evens, and see where you can improve. And a lot of my losses came from being the first one on price trap in the mitigation. And a lot of you already know, don't trust the first mitigation. People say this a lot of the time. Don't trust the first mitigation. Just means, my point of view, just wait for a cleaner liquidation, because a lot of the times this can be a trap and just be the buy side liquidity to then go higher. But yeah, just missed it. Don't took this trade. When I saw this candle, I already feel like a lot of traders have fear of missing out and start trying to get involved, but plan says to don't get involved, so I didn't, sorry. Okay, so at this stage, price went to the downside after sweep. Okay, so this is a clean liquidation. Entry model is ready. What should I do? Okay, so at this stage, where is, okay, it's here. At this stage, this flip, okay, was not form sweep of liquidity, okay, so you can take the extreme. Very simple, no hesitation. Price went to the upside. Probably a lot of you or already took a loss here, or are trying to get involved here, but yeah, just not according to my trading plan. And if price goes to the downside, it goes to the downside. It is what it is. At this stage, I remember thinking, because it was around 8 a.m. and around 8 a.m. you can see here on the clock is where price just shoot to one side or the other, or price tank to the downside or price tank to the upside, because at 8 a.m. London session opens, a lot of volatility on DAX happened. So I was ready when I saw this candle at 8 a.m. I thought to myself, okay, price react to the seasonal and went to the downside. It is what it is. It's not according to my plan. It's not my model. I don't get involved. So I was still patient, waiting for the extreme, and we get to the extreme, and I went to the 5 second, because this is how I trade, and I get involved on the flip. You can clearly see, like, it's the same, okay. You can set a limit, but I just use more confirmation. And 10R is my take profit, because again, not something that I come up with, okay, 10R is a magic. No, it's based on my data. What works better. Finding your data, what works better. Maybe for you is fiber, okay? If you are using mechanical TP, of course you can use technical targets, but if you are using mechanical TP, go find what number suits better for you. Maybe it's 7 for you, okay? For me it's 10, and I will just respect that. So price went to the downside, I moved to break even. Happy days, and boom, break even, okay? No worries, let's delete everything and analyze again, because the probabilities is that the next trade can be very, very close according to my analysis. So we have this internal break of structure here, giving us this protector, right? Internally high and targeted low, and the fact that we still didn't mitigate the demand that I was interested in, I'm now much more confident to trade through that into that demand. Okay, so if price already mitigate the demand and went up, I was much more cautious. Okay, I was much more conservative. Really important, see where price is coming from. It will influence massively what we'll do next. Okay, so I was looking to get involved here. You can see I just go to the 16. Sorry, I marked this POI. Okay, first and foremost, I marked this POI. Sorry, M15 is a media time frame. So I marked this POI. Okay, on 16 you can see the inducement below. Sorry, we have structural points, a move up, right, and a move down. Price swept this. Okay, so on M15 it's just a week, but is what it is. And okay, so at this stage the change of character is down here. You wait for the change of character. Okay, very simple again, the same model all over again. You can see the flip was formed through sweep of liquidity. no magic, the same model every time, and you take the flip. Okay. When price went to the downside, I thought, okay, price will go without me, but it is what it is. I just follow the plan. Is what I can do. Okay? I can't do anything more. Okay, so when price taps into the POI, I jump to the 5S. Let's just analyze this better. Okay, so I jump to the 5S, and okay, at this stage, what you have? Price went up, went down. Okay, so if price went down here, it would be created a flip zone to get involved. But on 5S, I'm a little bit more aggressive, and sometimes price just continues to the downside. So you can just be with a stop order right here. You can use like to be realistically. It ticks, okay, but I personally, when price was moving to the downside, I personally got involved around here with 10. I'm not sure if it was here or here, because price, I think it pulled back. Yeah, so it was around this, okay, this area. And again, 10 pips. Sorry, 10 TP, 10. Okay. And I accept the risk. Okay, I know that I'll be looking for longs here again. Why? Because on M15 you can see, based on my markups, this is a protected internal low. Okay, so I'll be looking for buys from this area. We also have inducement, this inside one. You can go to the 16 to see clearly. It's a structural point. Okay, it's very important. So at this stage I'm involved in the trade, and I move to break even here. Break even at this stage, and okay, now a lot of people can be ignoring this, the longs, okay, because they are in the sell, they are emotional, but just zoom out, analyze again. If you want to go back to your markup, if you do, and see what makes more sense. Yes, I'm still looking for sells, and I understand that this buy can be just a pullback to then continue lower, because internally this is protected and this is weak. But if you look a little bit different, this is a protected low, okay? It forms a new high, so I'm trading from a protected low. It's a little bit confused if you are new with all these internals, but with time, in experience, it will be easier. And again, I went to the upside, I was waiting. Okay, here, shock, the flip formed through sweep of liquidity is here, okay? So you just mark this one, mark something like that, just for fun. And at this stage, price tapped, I went to the 5S again. I personally don't count this as a change of character, it's quite aggressive, so I was waiting for this. Yeah, I saw this interaction. It's a little bit, it's not the best entry in the world, but still meet the criteria. I got involved. Again, 10R. And I'm now into trades, the sell and the buy. Okay, which one will hold? I don't care. I just follow the plan, and both of them was basically explained on the market. So price went to the upside. Price, I was still inside the trade. There are times that price can wick through this zone, and you are much more conservative by doing something like that. But because I use a 10R, it sometimes can mess with your take profit. Okay, so yeah, at this stage I have these two running. Okay, so which one will play out? I'm not sure, and I move to break even right after around this stage, like after this big week, price mitigates and continue higher. Around this, I move to break even. And yeah, now I was just waiting to see what will happen, because now we are in London low, and price took me out. I believe it was here. It was very annoying. Took me out here, and then shoot to the upside. And I don't know what will happen. Yeah, and that was my trade. So 3 break-evens, because this one was also break-even. Both of them were running nice profits. I took a trade. It was this one. Okay, I took this one, and I took this one. Idea play out, break even. Unfortunately, in the end of the day, it is what it is. We learn, and yeah, that's it. Hope you can take some value, and yeah, see you soon, guys.